Dobar dan I dobrodošli. Sit down and relax as we are about to read some manga I've had my eyes on for a while. I recommend opening the official scans or translations linked in the description and reading along with me, since my streams will obscure the pages for copyright reasons and because I want to support the creators behind the works. Find me on my socials that are linked in the description, so subscribe to or follow some European chick outside of YouTube if you want to get to know me better or support me. Now without further ado, let's read. Chainsaw Man. Again, this is the third day. I'm just gonna get rid of chat real quick. Oh, there's someone here. Hi. Hi, Captain Hook. I still don't know how you make the letters in YouTube look like that, but I think it's cool. You know, some variety there. Hi, hello, welcome everyone. For me, in YouTube, it says there's no viewers. Not even 0 views, there's just a dash line. It's weird. But yeah, I just wanted to go big Elder mode to greet you with my third graphic tee that I have. I don't have many of them. Most of them were presents. I have two more. And I think I'm gonna show them tomorrow and on the next Tuesday, okay? But I don't know, I usually don't wear them, but when I'm lounging around the house, there's no pain in using them. But here, another Berserk one. I know you're not here for that, but I just love the t-shirts and I usually don't wear them, and I want to show them off a little bit. And the back is good too, okay? It's the Eclipse. I'm not gonna show that one in full because I don't want you to see my beautiful butt. It says 12 viewers on your end? Well, it says nothing on mine. Anyway, welcome now. I think I've wasted enough time for some people to come here, to greet, to have a little bit of a conversation with, and hi. Thank you, David. Compared to yesterday's, this one is tame. I mean, yeah. Yesterday's was pretty bad, yeah, I admit. But, opa. The glasses. Oh my god! I forgot my pochta, hold on. Oh no, you can't see my butt. It's not like I'm not wearing anything. It's my lounge wear, okay? I have these shorts that I got from a younger cousin of mine. How could I forget my mascot? How could I forget the channel's main character? How could I forget the hero of hell? Okay, now we're ready to stream. Opa. And hold on. Chat is now here. And the comic is visible. Alright. So, yesterday's chapters, I feel like we've gone back to the dark, super dark parts of part 1. You know, the really heartbreaking ones, the psychological ones. I feel like we've gone back to that era. But it seems like now, looking at the page, just a cursory look at the page, it seems like we are back to watching Asa. And this is a major difference between part 1 and part 2, in my opinion. Due to Asa, it feels more... I mean, of course, severe things are still happening in the world of Chainsaw Man. There's still batshit crazy things happening. But it still feels kind of like a rom-com slice of life. High school life thing. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe it's because a lot of the issues we've dealt with, you know, bullying, being jealous of your peers, wanting a boyfriend. OBS, please don't leave me. But then that friend doing a school shooting, basically. It feels more like a high school life kind of story, you know, rom-com, shonen, shoujo. I don't I don't know how you would call that, but and this is what I wanted to say with it's a little bit different from part one in that regard, because when we're with Denji, it's just dark shit. It's just purely psychological and dark and about him alone, you know, and he never had a normal life, so we don't have, you know, the slice of life feeling, because that's not normal what the boy is going through. It's a lot darker in my opinion. Maybe that's what people meant when they said that part two is a little different or something. It is a little different, but it still has the Fujimoto signature, if you understand what I'm trying to say. You probably do understand. Denji has no break. Yeah, he doesn't. Alright. Let's now see what the Fakesaw man is about to tell the entire... By the way, Nayuta was asleep. Dogs were asleep. It was in the middle of the night, so that was a broadcast that happened live in the middle of the night. And I feel like it's the guy with the eye patch. But he can't be... Oh, I mean, if he has healing powers like other hybrids, but he's not a hybrid. He has a pact with the Justice Devil. I don't know if he can heal himself that well when he's just made a pact with the Justice Devil, but it doesn't look like this one is wearing an eye patch. You know, I still don't understand why Fakesaw interfered with falling if he is answering to Fami. Exactly. That is something that I've wondered too. If Fakesaw Man is a puppet of the Justice Devil, of Famine, why did he interfere with Asa? Because Famine said she wanted Asa to be starved, Yoru to be starved, and then to basically form an alliance with Famine, so Famine can control her more easily. Then why did one of her puppets, Fakesaw Man, get in the way? Maybe it's... Huh. You know, this Fakesaw Man's sense of justice may be in the way of being completely controllable by the Justice Devil. You know, the ultimate, the epitome, the image of justice to these ultra fans is Chainsaw Man. Obviously, he was such a big Chainsaw Man fan and wanted to bring more justice to the world that his emotions were just too big. Emotions and sense of justice were just too big for Famine to control him. If it's between, you know, following Famine's orders and thereby letting Chainsaw Man die in hell, possibly due to the falling devil, or saving his idol, his hero, Chainsaw Man. Maybe Chainsaw Man always wins above, you know, he's always a level above Famine. Maybe that's why, but I'm not sure either. Why did he want to save Asa, but he killed Yuko? Yeah, why? And this is also something that's in contrast to what Famine was doing. Famine offered Asa to revive Yuko. Asa said yes. Famine did it. I don't know why she did it, but she made Yuko live again, and then Fakesaw Man swooped in and just killed Yuko. Maybe it's not that the famine, the justice devil, is, you know, the puppeteer. Maybe, you know, sometimes when you catch a wild animal, you cannot tame it completely. Maybe that's the same thing here, the same principle. Maybe you can do it to some point, but not entirely. I don't know if, you know, having a pact with the Justice Devil means you're loyal to them automatically. Because, the class president did whatever the fuck she wanted to. Then, Yuko did whatever she wanted to. And Fakesaw Man is doing whatever he wants to. So maybe it doesn't entail, you know, forming this pact doesn't entail, perhaps, you know, loyalty. Maybe something else must be given in order to form a pact with the Justice Devil. Something more valuable than loyalty, but I wouldn't know what. I mean, Fami didn't want them dead. Just starving them, but falling went a bit too far. Hi, chat. Well, if Fakesaw interfered, then maybe Fakesaw is against Fami. No, I don't think he's against. It's maybe just, like, Fami can't really control him. Maybe there are multiple Fakesaw men. Who knows? Personally, I think Yuko was killed because she saw Denji's true face. Yeah, that's a good point. But that would mean that Fakesaw Man also knows Denji's, you know, the real Chainsaw Man's identity. Does he? And if he does, obviously, maybe he wants to protect Denji and not show his identity to the world. But why? And why would he assume Chainsaw Man's identity? Does he think that Denji would approve of that? Why would he think that? A lot of questions still unanswered. Asa knows about the existence of both, though. If she still remembers, you know, she hit her head, woke up at the hospital. Maybe she doesn't remember, but she did see and notice that there are two of them. It would make sense that he knows, since a lot of the higher-ups know his identity. I think it would be more logical to be like, okay, if he has made a pact with the Justice Devil, he can also read minds to some extent, or a variation of that. And that's why he knows about maybe Yoru inside of Asa. Maybe that's why he knows about Denji, maybe even further, you know, about Yoshida and so on and so forth. Maybe that's another perk of having made a pact with the Justice Devil, that you know things more easily. Do you have any idea what's happening in part 2? What do you mean? We are reading part 2 right now. What do you mean? Alright, anyway. Let's finally start with the chapter. Hello, EuropeanChick. Hi, Grape. Sentimental Drive. Okay. On a television program late last night, let me just move my laptop a little bit so I can read better. Okay. On a television program late last night, Chainsaw Man revealed his human form. But why would you believe him? Like, anyone can come up on a stage and say, I'm Chainsaw Man. Now here's my phone number to all the hot chicks. Anyone can do that. He must have transformed live on television. Why would he do that? Now everyone in school knows who he is. Now everyone knows who he is. Like, they've seen the student, the human. Now everyone knows who Chainsaw Man is. I mean, good for Denji, I guess, but I still hate it. I still hate it. You know, identity theft is still one of the worst things. You know, I read today, this is another off topic, but I read today that someone fabricated with the use of AI some cheating story of a celebrity. I forgot which celebrity it was. She's a rapper in America. I forgot her name. Cardi B. And I think it's her husband, right? So someone fabricated with AI voice messages and photos and so on a story of him cheating on her. And she threatened with legal action, which I hope she goes through with. She said she wants to make an example of people like that. And I think, like, that's the same thing. I would be so scared. I've seen some girls say online that they have seen, like, deep fake porn or AI generated porn of them, like, using their likeness or their images and training something else and making, like, porn images or videos of them. That scares the shit out of me. You know, women already can't get a break online. And then something like that happening, and these things, once they're on the internet, they float around forever. Like, they can ruin your life. Imagine fabricating something like that about someone. And in my opinion, what Denji is going through is similar to that. And maybe the gravity of what is being said with the mouth of this boy here isn't as bad, you know, saying something about Romeo and Juliet. No, it was Adam and Eve. Okay. Something about Adam and Eve. Okay, maybe that's not as bad as, you know, deep faking porn of some innocent women online. And by the way, they're doing that with children too. So that's fun. Every parent that's posted pictures or videos of their children, of course, without the consent of the children online, well, they're paying the price now with AI coming up and using that material illegally, of course, yeah, but it's still being used to train engines and other, you know, AI machines. And you can do something innocent and something completely absurd and disturbing can be made out of that. And that's also the fear, like, just imagining someone, like a Twitter account, pretending to be me is already fucking scary. And I'm no one, but still. Just the fact that I don't have any control over my own image, over my self-image, that's fucking scary. And now there's, like, Denji's also been through so much as Chainsaw Man and as Denji, but to cement himself as Chainsaw Man in the real world, he's been through so fucking much. And now there's this random dude coming up and saying, yeah, that's me. Even though he did nothing, he just made a pact with the Justice Devil and looks like Denji, like Chainsaw Man. So that is another thing that I would be so pissed off about. Like, my hard work, and you're playing it off as yours? I would be so furious. I would be beside myself. But yeah, basically, Denji has no control over his self-image anymore. And that is scary. Like, this dude could be doing something, like, he could take off his clothes right now on live television, and everyone would think that Denji's a pervert. Like, maybe it doesn't make a difference to the viewers, but it makes a difference for Denji. So, I hate that. I hate that he's doing that. Let me see. Yeah, a streamer was found buying AI fake porn of Pokimane and his streamer girlfriends. That is insane. I remember that. That was a scandal. Was it last year? That was insane. I would put those people in jail. Hide your feed pics. Going against AI is bad. We must prepare to submit to the AI overlords. I'd give 3 kidneys to make sure Denji is safe and happy. Same, but not mine. I would not give my kidneys. I would give 3 kidneys, but not mine. That sounds scary, but I'm just saying that because my kidneys are useless. Like, I've had one almost fail on me once, so I need that one, and I need the other one in case that one fails again, but this time for sure. God, I would hate to be on dialysis for the rest of my life. I can fix Denji. Yeah, Fujimoto is really good at handling identity issues, exactly. I was especially surprised with how well he handled Togata. Yeah. OBS, please. No spoilers about Togata, but I agree. Denji a pervert? Impossible. Okay, yeah, that may have been a bad example, but you know what I mean. Anyway, let's read the comic now. Sentimental Drive, Chapter 135. On a television program late last night, Chainsaw Man revealed his human form. Although he hid his face with a hat, his handsome looks are causing a stir. Yeah, but he can't just walk around with a hat like this. People have seen him. It's super hard to hide yourself from people. It's really hard. Even if you walk around with a face mask, people can still kind of recognize you somehow. Supposedly, phone calls to the Chainsaw Man church from prospective members are currently surging. Additionally, because this self-proclaimed Chainsaw Man did not transform on the program, some are calling his claims into question. Well, yeah, fucking course. Again, I have to ask, what is the word of a teenager worth? It seems to be worth a lot here in the Chainsaw Man universe if you can just say shit and people take you seriously. Nostradamus is being taken seriously. Yoshida would have taken Denji by his word if he swore to never, transform into Chainsaw Man again, just like that. People on watching TV, I don't know why I'm stuttering so much today. They're taking this boy seriously, with no proof to show. Well, he is the most understandable pervert and at least understands consent, I think. He does. Denji absolutely does understand consent, and he's not a pervert. He's just a little bit horny, but he's not a pervert. That's a different thing. A pervert, to me, is like, especially not understanding consent and kind of twisting sexuality into something that is not healthy. Like using fetish material, stuff like that. Being into fetishes, I think that's what makes you a pervert. And especially going against consent. That's what makes you a pervert, in my opinion. Denji doesn't do that. He just likes women. He likes boobs. He likes vaginas. Okay, that's... I know a lot of men that do. So, he doesn't do anything wrong just by being heterosexual. I mean, you can disagree. We could discuss that, but just by itself, being heterosexual is not that problematic, okay? Dude has so much trust in that hat. It's like Superman glasses, probably because no one's disputed his claim. I think everyone in Chainsaw Man universe is desperate or just bored. The average teenage boy. Yeah, exactly. Asa's watching that, and she's like, oh my god, Yodo, we gotta find him, we gotta kill him. There's no way this stand-up guy is Chainsaw Man. Uh-huh. What makes you say that? What makes you say that? Chainsaw Man is stupid and crude and simple-minded. Asa, don't you know someone who fits that description? Is that not ringing any bells? Because I would be like, wait a minute. And then I would remember how Denji literally confessed to me that he's Chainsaw Man, and I didn't believe him, and I'd be like, he's been there all along. I just didn't listen. But he saved my life multiple times, and you saved his life, girl. You can be proud of yourself. You saved his life too. You gave him your blood. It's just a hormonal teen. Maybe a little weird, not enough to be a pervert. He's not a little weird. Like, what has he done that's weird, in your opinion? He took away some porn magazines from a corpse? Is that weird? Is looking at porn weird? Like, that's not weird by itself. Unless the porn magazines had some weird kinky shit in there, or illegal shit, then, and he enjoyed that, then yeah. But just, being into boobs, that's not weird. There are not many options now, are there? He's just so straightforward. Asa is ADHD maxing. She either hyperfixates or can't pay any attention to anything. Yeah, I know that. Asa is so me. It's almost insane how much we resemble each other. He's just putting those mags to good use because he wasn't socialized properly. But even though he was, left to the wolves, so to say, Denji still, he still has a lot of virtue in him, as soon as he got an opportunity to save a child from her abusive father, a child that made friends with the devil just like he had, he offered to run away with the child and take care of her for the rest of his life. He was ready to do that. He has a sense of morality. He is a very ethical person, even though he may not realize that. And maybe he doesn't speak politely, but he knows social cues. He can read them, and he knows what's proper and what isn't. Like, just a few days with Aki, and, in the beginning, he was making a mess of the breakfast table, and Aki was, of course, a little angry with him because he was just indulging in freedom. But after just a few days, he was just as concerned with keeping everything clean, with doing the chores, as Aki was. So, someone who is wild and not socialized at all wouldn't be able to adapt that quickly. So, he has high emotional intelligence, in my opinion. He is very, socially intelligent is just something. He may not be able to read every kanji, okay, but that's not what defines intelligence. Intelligence is not the amount of things you know, but how to use knowledge, and how to think, and how to problem solve. And Denji has that, in my opinion. So he's intelligent, he's even, very normal. He's so normal that if he were put into a normal setting, he would be such a normal boy, such a good normal boy. Like, as a mother, I would wish for my boy to be like Denji, because he is still respectful towards women, even though he fantasizes about them and is a little horny, admittedly, but he still respects them. Anyway, I'm sorry, I missed out a lot in the chat. That was a monologue. Let me get back to the chapter. Stupid and crude and simple-minded, but he saved my life multiple times. Is Chainsaw Man truly your prince in shining armor? She's making fun of her. She's teasing her. I was thinking, Makima didn't seem fully human to me in part 1. So when she crystallized herself as the main villain by the end of part 1, I was like, fuck. Yeah, maybe I should have seen that coming. And she's been there from the very beginning, like from chapter 1. But by chapter 30 or something, I couldn't tell who's gonna be the main villain, if there is even gonna be a main villain. It just happened, right? And by the time it happened, I was like, yeah, fuck, it's Makima, and I should have seen that. It makes sense. Of course she is that. Whereas here in part 2, because I got asked who I think would be the main villain, the most similar character to Makima's role in part 1 would be Yoru, because she's been there from the beginning. She is a devil. Her goal is to kill Chainsaw Man and to bring full-on destruction to the world, wars and so on. But I can see her as one because she's just so humanized to me. She seems so weak and so full of humanity. Maybe it's because she's a little dumb. She has her own personality. She seems so human to me. Her human form doesn't help. It just makes her seem even more human to me. And suddenly everything turned white, even the chat. So yeah, it would make sense if she crystallized herself as the villain of part 2 by the end of the series, just because she was also be an antithesis a little bit to Makima, because Makima seemed so eerie, too eerie to be human. And Yoru seems too human to be a devil. And Fujimoto, I've said that so many times already, he likes playing with yin and yang, right? With opposites, with antitheses that attract each other somehow, that are kind of the same but really different. And this is why I also think that Asa and Denji are probably gonna end up together, because they're so different, but at the core they're kind of the same, right? And they look different. Denji with the white hair. I mean, I'm talking about ink, the presence of black ink or not. And Asa has black hair. And that's already symbolic enough to be like, oh, they're opposites that belong together somehow. And that's why I think they could end up together, or they could be like the main couple goal of the series that are meant to be together. And Yoru could crystallize herself as the main villain of the series, just because she started off kind of differently to Makima, but at the core they're the same. They're devils. So yeah. That's why I'm kind of inclined to think it's Yoru. But it would be nice to see a devil change. Makima couldn't be changed. But it would be nice to see Yoru get changed and become more human. If that makes any sense. Yoru becoming evil would hit harder than Power's death. Yeah, it would be. See, this is why I also see it. I can see it happening, because we're already empathizing with her somehow, because she's just so human. She seems just so human to us. We like her. She's kind of funny, kind of dumb, kind of human. It's just a girl. I'm looking at a girl when I look at Yoru. And I'm putting so much hope into her being a human, because she seems so human to me, and it would be the greatest betrayal and kind of punch in the gut if she turned out to actually just throw my hopes into the trash bin. She feels what Asa feels too. Yeah. So it would be great to see Yoru and Asa kind of grow to like each other. And I need to put down the blinds. The sun is blinding me right now. Hold on, sorry. Now we're back to darkness. So, where was I? Yeah, because it would be nice to see her and Yoru growing to like each other, you know, to open up about each other. We saw in the aquarium scene when Yoru disappeared, Asa still talked to her and then was kind of stumped when she realized she was alone. She's growing fond of and accustomed to Yoru's presence. Their friendship, their bond could be growing as deep as Denji's and Pochita's. Just kind of, again in an opposite way, because in Denji's case, he bonded with Pochita when Pochita was outside of his body. They grew together, they lived together, and then as soon as Pochita combined with him, he never really communicated with Pochita again. Like, yeah, he did talk to Pochita, but he never saw her again. Never heard anything back. It's just him talking to himself, basically, hoping that Pochita hears and is observing. But he never hears anything back. He's screaming into the abyss, and the abyss is echoless. And here with Yoru and Asa, it's the opposite. They first grew together, and now they're inseparable and talking with each other, and now they're getting to know each other. So it's, again, opposites, but it would be kind of like seeing Guts and Griffith, warm up to each other, or at least Guts warm up to the Band of the Hawk. I'm talking about Berserk again, for people who cannot follow my conversation here with myself. In Berserk, watching Guts, who was traumatized beyond repair, finally open up to people again, forming a family, being super close to someone, loving someone, only for that someone to betray him and take everything away from him. That's why the eclipse hit so hard. Because it was so personal. It was because, why would someone who loves you so much and who you love, who you finally let into your heart, why would someone do that to you? It just hurts so much more, and that's why I see the potential for Yoru to do the same thing to us. To Asa and to us, the reader. But oh yeah, the MC of Parasite. Yeah, you're right. His name was Shinichi, I think. Shinichi and Migi. From right hand. Migite. Migi. Yeah, you're right. But in Shinichi and Migi's case, that was like a happy ending, you could say. So read Parasite if you want a happy ending. And in Chainsaw Man, maybe we can have something like that too, a variation of that too. Or maybe we could have the bad ending, the eclipse from Berserk we could have there. And that would also fit too, because we have this prophecy of something bad happening in a year. And a year is enough time to grow super close to someone who also can read your mind, right? Who you can't get rid of. And honestly, the eclipse is also the reason why everyone flocked to Berserk and stayed loyal to it, because there's nothing that makes fans more loyal to a property than them experiencing the feeling of being wronged. Of being wronged, being frustrated, and never getting their catharsis. Never getting some release, some relief, some revenge. Never getting payback. They have to live with this frustration. So that would be a good tactic for a mangaka like Fujimoto to do. You bind your readers to your work, make them the most loyal and powerful army of fans on the internet by making them feel betrayed and wronged and hurt, as if it was something personal that was done to them that they didn't deserve. Nothing is more powerful than a reader's feeling of frustration because of injustice. Seeing injustice, feeling injustice, and being frustrated because of that is the most powerful feeling in the world, in my opinion. So, I guess that would be a power move if Fujimoto did that. Made us really grow to like Yoru and be like, "Aw, her and Asa, they're such a good team." And then just hit us in the face with an eclipse. You know, the eclipse in Berserk was also a genocide, but on a smaller scale than an apocalypse would be. But it was also something that was inevitable, that was written into space-time, that was prophesied. The blessed king of longing was supposed to be there at that time and do that. It was supposed to happen. And here, an apocalypse is also foreshadowed. And people believe in it, and it's something that is inevitable, that you cannot stop, and that is gonna happen. So you have this build-up that you know is gonna happen, but that you hope is not really gonna happen. That's what you had in Berserk in a similar way. Because the first few chapters, you had the result, right? You knew it had happened. But then as you read the flashback, the Golden Age arc, you're like, I don't want it to happen. Is it really gonna happen? And then it happens and you're like crying and you're like, fuck, I knew it was gonna happen. But I like the journey to how we got here so much that I don't want it to happen. So, here you also have this, you've been told the apocalypse is gonna happen, a great terror is gonna descend upon Earth. And it seems inevitable. So now, as you're, reading this journey towards that date, that fated date in the future, and as you're growing close to the characters and seeing them on, you could experience something like that. Thinking, maybe it's not gonna happen. Maybe everything's gonna be okay. Maybe the inevitable can be avoided somehow. Maybe Chainsaw Man's gonna save the day. So yeah. That's my thoughts on it. And that was in small Elder mode. I never go big Elder mode. I always think my monologues are gonna be super short and we can continue reading. But it always turns out to be a super long rant. We've wasted 45 fucking minutes. And we're only on page 2, I think, or 3 at most, of Chainsaw Man, chapter 135. I hate myself, I'm so sorry. So, those are my thoughts, just, off the dome, upon seeing this. So let's get back. I'm sorry, I didn't read the chat that much. It would be so Kino. That's how I felt about the snowball fight when the chapter dropped. Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, see, this is a powerful tool that writers can and should use in their work. Because once you promise a result, even though you haven't planned it through, you promised a result. Aki's death that will be so terrible and Denji's gonna cause it. Maybe Fujimoto hadn't thought of how that's gonna happen at that point. He just gave some eerie prophecy too, right? And you're reading and you're not really thinking about it. You're like, that can't happen. And then it happens and you're like, I knew it would be happening, but I don't know why I tried to tell myself it wouldn't happen. And when it comes, it hits harder. I've told that to a friend already, because a loved one recently, 2 years ago, it was my grandma at that time, you already know that, so I don't need to conceal their identity. My grandma had cancer, actually several forms of cancer, and it was getting worse and worse. And we knew, someone who's suffering from cancer that is incurable, they're gonna die, you know that. But still, when it does happen, it still catches you off guard. You knew and you were prepared, you thought. But then when it happens, it's suddenly. Even now, as we live, we know we're gonna die. But once someone you know dies, it's like, I mean, yeah, of course, everyone's gonna die, but when someone dies, it's always sudden. So, yeah, it's a powerful writing tool, in my opinion. Give your reader a result already, even if you don't know the journey towards that result. It's also good practice, right? Prime example, again, Berserk. We got the result in the first few chapters, and the mangaka, hadn't even thought of how the result would have gotten to where it is right now. Like, how this result could have happened. And then he did the flashback to explore himself how that could have happened. And he did, and it worked, and it was a masterpiece that would always be remembered by fans as the best piece of fiction, so much so that they think the rest of Berserk is as good as that. Which it isn't, because from then on, once you're caught up with the present and you've arrived at the result, now what the fuck do you do? Especially if you've written yourself into a corner like Miura did with Griffith / Femto being untouchable. Like, how do you get revenge on a god that you cannot touch? That has wronged you immensely, but that you cannot reach, ever. How do you do that? So, once you're at the present and you don't know where to go from here, you're lost as a writer, as Miura was, in my opinion, because everything that followed the eclipse was shit, except some parts. There were some parts that were exceptions, because they actively dealt with the story of the Golden Age arc. They actively continued the main focus of those arcs and the themes of those arcs. The rest is just, it feels like filler. Everything else is just fucking filler. Filler, or just going completely against the point of the story. And I mean Casca and her getting her mind back through magic. That is fucking insane. You couldn't have. It's like when you get writing, you need to write something, and a child makes an absurd story, makes up an absurd story, and then as you're like, oh my god, what the fuck happened? They're like, it was all a dream. So everything was for nothing. You cannot just write something and then it was all a dream. That is the laziest shit you could come up with. Same with healing someone from trauma using magic. That is the furthest thing from realistic, relatable, human. Don't do that. So, but Berserk was good, as you had the result, and now you had to work towards the result. And we had the result, we had the result with Aki's prophecy, his death, and now you work towards that. And it hits you hard when it happens because you find out so much about Aki and his past. That's why it hits you so hard. That's why the snowball fight scene is so tragic, is so heartbreaking. Because the journey towards that result was very personal. And the same thing with the eclipse in Berserk. You had the result, you know what's coming. But, building up towards the result is what makes you pay more attention to the story. It's what makes you appreciate everything and everyone you get to know along the way towards that result. And by the time that result comes around the corner, you're still, even though you expect it, you're still slapped in the face with a big surprise somehow. So yeah, it's a powerful tool for a writer. Just throw something out there and then build a way towards it. Have some scenes that you don't know how they're gonna connect. Scene A is gonna be in this position on a timeline, and a chronological timeline in a story, in this position, in scene B in that position, scene C in that one, and then just build something in the spaces between. And that is the story that's gonna sell. And now, as I said, a powerful method to keep your fans chained towards, chained to your story is make them feel frustrated and wronged because of some injustice. That is always powerful. That is also, David, thank you. You don't need to do that every time. Casca healing would have been 100 times better if it was a realistic slow process. Exactly, just like with Guts. Why did he get the grace of healing slowly and in a human way, but Casca didn't? And also, did she need to heal? Do we need to heal people that are, yeah, of course, you know how they used to be before, but some people, when they have a child or a partner and something traumatic happens to them, either, a physical trauma or like a mental trauma or both, and they they're not a vegetable, you can still communicate with them, they're still there, and they're still functional somehow. They're just not the person they used to be before, or sometimes they aren't even functional. You need to feed them for the rest of their life. But like, some people really experience that. How would they feel if they read Casca's Getting Well story? They'd be like, well, good for you. But this is real life. This is my partner in this wheelchair that I bathe every day. And I still love them. And they still mean the world to me. And they're still valuable as a human being like this. This is the real world, a real human, and real pain. So, I would rather take that for Casca. I would rather have her, her brain shutting off was already a response to her trauma. Her brain's response to what was happening to her in order to keep her safe and healthy. Sometimes you gotta just accept that. And you can still love that character just as much. When Griffith had that fantasy of being someone who needs to be taken care of for the rest of his life, he imagined that. In the end, that turned out to not be him, but Casca. But Casca never got that grace of having a nice family home, a dog, a partner that cares for her. That was just a fantasy a man had about himself, because of course a man would be cared for by a woman. Of course he gets that kind of grace. But the female character, the main female character of this series, nah. Why can't we have that? It would have been so much more human and so much more full of soul. And again, I am ranting about my frustrations about Berserk, but still, do you see what I'm doing? It's been, how old am I? Almost 10 years since I read Berserk, and 7 or so since I dropped it because it was so shitty. And I still can't stop fucking talking about it. Because the fact that it turned out shitty is also frustration. And what makes fans the most loyal to a work, towards a work, a piece of fiction? Frustration. Frustration that it could have been so much better. It could have been so much more than it is. This feeling like someone else could have written a so much better story than Miura. It could have been this or that. What if it happened like this instead of how it happened in the manga? Oh my god, I wish this happened instead of that. This frustration still keeps you tied to the fictional work. Look at me, I'm a prime example. I am still loyal to Berserk, even though I fucking hate it. I hate what it has become. Miura was a pathetic imbecile. I mean, as a person, as a human, probably. And as a writer, you know. And I'm saying that not because I'm insulted by his writing skills. Okay, maybe he was a shit writer, but that wouldn't mean I need to insult him. I'm insulting him because he was also a lolicon and a lolicon supporter. That's something that I hate. So I hate Berserk. I hate Miura. Yet I still can't escape Berserk. Just because one part of the story was so good that it was perfect for me. With this frustration, with this sense of injustice, it tied me to Berserk. And then with the story just going downhill in quality, that it made me go away from Berserk. I dropped Berserk like a hot potato. But still, the thought of, oh, what could it have been instead, still makes me keep talking about it. So there we go. That was a therapy session, I guess. In small Elder mode. Forgive me for that. I hope you still got something out of it. I hope you can still make use of what I said and maybe relate it to Chainsaw Man or any other piece of work you know of. Or maybe to your personal life or your personal ambitions as a writer or something, a creator. I'm doing my best here, okay? I'm sorry. I am ADHD maxing, okay? So please be patient with me too. Okay, let's read third page of the first chapter. I'm so sorry. Yes, perhaps he saved your life, but he's my mortal enemy and I plan to kill him. How could you fall in love with Chainsaw Man of all people? I have not, as she's blushing. You know, maybe it's just a suspension bridge effect. Maybe it's not love. It was just trauma bonding. The suspension bridge effect, okay, you were in great danger. A lot of adrenaline was released from your kidneys. So now you're mistaking that for love. You actually love Denji. You don't love Chainsaw. Maybe you like both, okay? You like both. You're allowed to like both because they are the same person, but I want someone to love Denji too. And I feel like she does. She really has, like, there is potential for love there. We've seen that. She was so heartbroken when she thought he stood her up on their second date. And that's why she grew so negative, and the Falling Devil used that as fodder to make her fall upward. She was like, as soon as I open up to someone and have high hopes, my hopes get crushed. And she was talking about Denji. So, yeah. I have not. Oh my god. She's hesitating. It's not like I like him. Oh no. Oh no. It's so over for her. It's over. Okay, yeah. I have to accept she's in love. It's just, he saved me again and again. You fall for men so easily, Asa. That is really true. That is true. Yeah, she said the tsundere words, she did. Yeah. We love you, Elda. Thank you. Can back up that statement. We love your rants. Thank you. Thank you for being so patient with me. And so forgiving. She fell in love with both Denji and Chainsaw Man. They're so perfect. Yeah. Like Spider-Man and Peter Parker. Oh, yeah, you mean the Thirst trilogy, right? With the upside down kiss. It's not like I would want his chainsaw to cut my wood, but Baka. I fucking hate that. Him about. What the fuck? What did you make me read with my own two eyeballs? I hate you. Anyway, finally an Elsus stream. I mean, welcome. You saved me again and again. You fall for men so easily, Asa. You remember when Yoshida picked her up in front of the school gate when she was so disappointed that Denji stood her up? She was like, oh my god, he's gonna confess to me, and she was really into it. And then she was like, oh my god, I'm disappointed again. She always gets her hopes up when she's talking to a boy she's attracted to. I purposely pay money to bait rants because I love them. And it always works, I hate it. Thank you, it's so kind of you, David. You fall for men so easily, Asa. And she's like, I fucking know, I hate myself. Yoru, are you in a good mood or something? Normally you fly into a rage when I say so much as one good word about Chainsaw Man. Hehe. War draws nigh. Yeah, I'm not letting my guard down with her. Griffith has told me a good lesson. Taught me a good lesson. Falling Devil's mere presence temporarily reversed gravity in places all over the world. All nations suffered damage and simultaneously became poorer. When humans want money, they always go to war. This is why I don't understand why, since the 1940s, no war has happened. You know, Yoru appeared and she was like, since the Second World War, no war has happened anywhere in the world. That's why people don't fear war anymore. Excuse me, but there have been a lot of crises, not just because of the devils, but the devils do add a lot of crisis too. So how come only now there are some nations, you know, going to war against each other? Why only now? It should have been constant warfare somewhere on the planet. Also, you know, geopolitics, foreign affairs, it's really messy. Wars are always bound to happen. If you have rich countries, right? You have rich dominant countries. How the fuck do you think they got to that position? How do you think they keep their position? They make war happen in other countries to keep those poor and powerless and to extract probably, you know, resources from their soil, but also, you know, just to enslave them, to use them. That's how you get into a rich, powerful position as a country. So war must have happened somewhere on the planet constantly. USA behavior, exactly. The EU isn't innocent either, but the USA is the most apparent, you know, superpower that's just bullying other nations into being obedient and loyal towards the US. Anyway, falling devils' mere presence temporarily reversed gravity in places all over the world. All nations suffered damage and simultaneously became poorer. When humans want money, they always go to war, and once they do, they will all remember and fear me. Yeah. China is funding all sides of my country's civil war. Where the fuck are you? But it makes sense. You know why? It's not because China is necessarily hoping for an ideology that is friendly towards their own to win somewhere. It's because China likes having people and countries indebted to it. There are no strings attached. Usually, you know, if a country wants some loans or whatever, the International Monetary Fund, it comes with a lot of conditions. You need to fulfill a lot of conditions, like for example, a specific kind of government, a specific kind of market system that is beneficial for the USA and, you know, rich dominant countries at the moment. So when China comes along and they're like, no, you don't have to do anything, just pay us back. Of course, people and countries are going to be more, drawn to that kind of loan and take funds from that kind of country. And with that, maybe even, implicitly become more loyal to that, towards that country. Be like, other countries are destroying us and then selling us a solution that's just beneficial for them and is not really good for us. China isn't doing that. They're the good guys. Of course we're gonna side with them. And that is smart. Oh, Myanmar. But I'm in Thailand right now. But yeah, they just want to drag things out to keep trade cheap. Yeah, that too. It's always about money. But yeah, when you can, they give loans and whatever to all types of countries and political parties just because it's good to have people indebted to you and to be focused on other things and not on you. Time to communism to wait, what? Time to communism to rule the world. And they say Chainsaw Man isn't that deep. Asa is like, okay, shit. So she's growing more powerful. If you get your strength back, won't you not need to kill Chainsaw Man anymore? Of course I will. I'll use my renewed strength to kill him. It's time you got your head out of the clouds. Forget he ever saved you. Poor Asa. I don't remember if Yodo remembers World War II since Makima mentioned it in the fears that once existed but were eaten by Chainsaw Man. No, Nazis. She said Nazis. Maybe people know that a war happened with a lot of casualties, but they don't remember Nazis. Ilya, friend, my country is letting communal and religious warfare happen so the same prime minister keeps winning. Yep. Yep, as long as other countries are preoccupied with their problems and are then indebted to you, you keep winning. That's a different strategy. That's what China is doing, as opposed to what the USA have been doing. The idea of Yoru assisting the failed painter man. Wait, what? Oh! I was like, who the fuck is a failed painter? Is comedically dark and feels up in his alley. Fujimoto's alley, probably. Okay. Forget he ever saved you. Oh, she looks so sad. Yep. She remembers holding hands with him because he held her down when she was about to go to hell. No flashbacks! I told you to forget it! How can I help it? The memories well up on their own. Then don't think, fool. Cute. She's just screaming at... Wait. That looks like Asa, and not Yoru. Where are Yoru's scars here? There should be Yoru's scars. She should be doing that. And she's only, blushing and screaming at Asa to stop that because she can feel what Asa is feeling too. And she doesn't want to feel in love with Chainsaw Man. But yeah. Sentimental Drive, written by Asa Mitaka. When did she write that? Oh my god. Look at what she's imagining. The day we went on our first, there's gonna be a second. The day we went on our first motorcycle ride, I felt your body heat. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't read. It's insane. I felt your body heat for the very first time. Your head was a chainsaw, yet I couldn't deny that your warmth was human, that of someone alive. This is so fucking cringe. Oh my god. Oh no. In retrospect, every time you save my life, my body's cold as can be, as frozen as ice. Although I'm doomed to always end up all alone, you always came to my rescue, that much I know. Ugh. That girl. She's lost. We've lost her. She improvised a fucking poem out of thin air. She is so gone. We can't take her back. She is positively gone. And don't recite some embarrassing poem. It's a poetry reading. Fucking love her. I love her. You're eating that plane? Wait, what? This bitch. How does she just spawn out of thin air every time? She's giving me jump scares, one after the other. I can't read anything anymore without— I can't do anything anymore without expecting her to just pop up beside me. That is insane. You can't go grocery shopping without that bitch popping up out of thin air in front of you and be like, hi. Always tilting her head like, hey. Are you alone? What are you doing there? Hello? That is so insane. That is comedy gold. That is— Fujimoto is a genius. I love him for that. She breaks the tension wherever you go. She is comedic relief at this point. I can't take her seriously. I mean, she is obviously a maniac. She's a maniac, maniac, oh no. But the way she just appears and says some out-of-pocket shit like, are you gonna eat that plane? Bitch, where the fuck did you come from? Who birthed you there? Scoliosis devil. I didn't know Sentimental Drive was inspired by Sentimental Night by Kaho Nakamura. I have no idea who that is. She even did a cover of Asa's poem. Oh, that is so sweet. The original artist Fujimoto referenced. Okay. I'm so thankful she immediately made a cover song with this lyrics. Oh my god. That is so cute. Can someone post a link somewhere? Maybe in the Discord. I would shit myself if this bitch just appeared out of nowhere in front of me and had my toast, my bread in her clutches, just out of nowhere. Yeah! Same. When did you get there? Can I eat this? I know you're the famine devil, but why are you so starved all the time? The door was locked! How did you get there? The stands. The stands. She's ready to throw hands. Can I eat this? What's her deal? Famine, what do you want? Can I eat this? That's scary. That's seriously scary. Imagine some fucking psychopath just plopping down on your couch and just repeating the same phrase over and over when you ask them what the fuck they're doing here, who they are, how they got in there. I would just fucking call the police. I would grab whatever was at hand near me, even if it was just my TV, I would throw that shit at her. There's no way I'm surviving with someone who repeats the same fucking phrase 3 times over and over when I ask them how the fuck they got in here. That is, yeah, that is just insanity. I would be so fucking scared. I would shit myself. I'd throw my shit at her if that was the first thing at hand. I'm here to grant both your wishes. What the fuck? Who? Why? What? Why did they? Are you a genie? What did they do? They didn't even rub you. Our wishes? Yeah. Can I look in your fridge? No? No. Leave at once or I'll kill you. Asa wants to help Chainsaw Man. You're the ones to kill him. It's possible to choose both. How? How? At the moment, Chainsaw Man has given up on fighting devils to lead an ordinary human life. Huh? The problem is that Chainsaw Man's own heart prevents him from being an ordinary human. Even weakling devils can become powerful by eating strong devils, those who are feared. It's why devils are constantly after him, trapping him in a cycle of violence. Maybe there was like a Dragon Ball-esque thing happening in Hell, where they're like, to power up, you have to defeat this one. Oh, to power up, you have to defeat this next enemy that's suddenly more powerful, and then you become more and more powerful as you just scale up. And maybe Pochita became the Goku. Or the Gohan? Who's more powerful? I'm talking just the Dragon Ball manga, okay? No other property, just the Dragon Ball manga. I think Gohan is more powerful. But he's not doing anything with his powers. So maybe Goku. Maybe Pochita became the Goku of Hell. Started off as a little monkey baby, and then just, you know, did it. To all of them. Although Gohan has untapped potential. Trunks is automatically more powerful because he won our hearts. Anyway. Okay. It's why devils are constantly after him, trapping him in a cycle of violence. So she's basically dropping hints that Chainsaw Man is a boy with the devil as his heart, as his organ. And that's why devils are constantly after him and his heart. Many of the Chainsaw Man Church's followers were saved by Chainsaw Man. We want to save him this time. I don't know if I should believe her. Maybe she's just manipulating again. We're hunting down all the devils in town so that he won't have to fight. If everyone forgets about Chainsaw Man, he'll grow weak as a devil, and then he can live an ordinary life. I feel like this is a fucking trick. She has something to gain from this. She knows Chainsaw Man is probably the only one getting her in her way. Because why would you make the most powerful devil weaker at a crucial time when the apocalypse is nigh? Why would you do that? And what do you gain from that? But I do believe that the church members think that, and they believe that wholeheartedly. And that's why they chose one of them to pose as Chainsaw Man, so that devils will go after him instead of Denji. Maybe this boy that made a pact with the Justice Devil, his sense of justice is telling him that that is the right thing to do, and he like wholeheartedly is behind that cause. But I don't believe this bitch. I don't believe her. But yeah, it could be that Pochita ate the Forgotten Devil. Yeah, the Forgetfulness Devil or something like, or the Erasure Devil, something like that, and that's how Pochita can basically erase the existence of certain things because she consumed and absorbed a but then again, she ate a lot of devils. How come we don't see any other powers other than the Chainsaw Man erasing existence power? All we see is, transforming into chainsaws, okay. And we know about the forgetting the existence of things. What about other powers? Because Wichita consumed a lot of devils. Where are their powers? Why don't they manifest? But it is something that I can imagine. Is she gonna suggest that if Denji is safe, like, Asa can have the human boy that's behind Chainsaw Man? And she should give the devil inside Chainsaw Man to her sister Yoru? Her sister. I mean, yeah, it's her sister Yoru. And that way both of them can benefit. Like, Asa gets her Chainsaw Man, the human boy behind Chainsaw Man, and Yoru gets Chainsaw Devil. Which day is a she? How did you know? How did I know? It was revealed to me in a dream. No, but devils don't have genders. You just assign something to them if you wanna. I mean, Denji did it. I think he referred to Wichita with male pronouns just for no fucking reason. The devil doesn't have any genitalia. He just did it because he felt like it. But probably because he was a boy and it's easier to humanize a devil when you think that they are similar to you, and what's more similar to you than boyness? So that's what I did to my Pochta. It's a she. Because I'm a she, and I just decided to give her female pronouns. And as a deaf devil. I'm the tangent devil. I want you to join the Chainsaw Man Church and fight with us, Asa. Why? Don't fall into the clutches of a cult, girl. Don't believe them. Fuck, this is so... It's so easy to fall into a religious sect once you're promised community and to do something good, to have a place in the world, a purpose that you can work towards. Don't do that. Don't fall for that trick. They all say that. They all do that. Why? Hey, did we skip? Ah, there we go. Yeah, why? Someone who's been saved should want to return the favor. Oh. She's trying to instill a sense of justice in Asa too. I hope Yoru is like, back off, bitch. You're not gonna manipulate my host. Save Chainsaw Man? You must be joking. Even if Asa agrees, I refuse. Is it the red Chainsaw Man you want to fight, Yoru? Excuse me? Red? Red? Isn't it this black Chainsaw Man? She has a picture! She has a picture of Pochta going berserk in Family Burgers, oopsie. Where did she snap that from? Where did she get that picture from? Who the fuck took a photo of Pochta taking over Denji's body and going berserk and going on a date with Kobeni? Isn't it this black Chainsaw Man? Oh! Black Chainsaw Man and Red Chainsaw Man are not the same person. Yeah, black is Pochta and red is Denji. They're talking about the brain that is controlling the flesh Gundam at the moment. Okay, yeah. Black Chainsaw Man and Red Chainsaw Man are not the same person. I'm not surprised you didn't realize, since we sisters have no interest in faces. human or a devil. If you want to fight Black Chainsaw Man, you'll need to turn Red Chainsaw Man back into an ordinary human. Yep, because that is Pochita's true form. You want to fight that one. You want to fight that beast, not Denji. They want to separate Pochita and Denji. Is that even possible? I mean, is that possible? Denji would be, you know, Swiss cheese. Without Pochita, he'd be minced meat. The Chainsaw Man that Asa wants to save, and the Chainsaw Man that Yoru wants to kill are different beings. Join the Chainsaw Man Church and you can help each other. But why should we trust you? Yeah, why? You were secretly manipulating things that time with Yuko and the aquarium. And this Chainsaw Man Church is totally fishy. Also, could you not leave my fridge open? I understand that, yeah. Save some electricity. But why and how does Asa live alone in an apartment? How did that happen? But yeah, why should we trust you? Good question. You were secretly manipulating things that time with Yuko and at the aquarium. And this Chainsaw Man Church is totally fishy, which it is. Also, could you not leave my fridge open? Next page, please. And for that matter, oh, that Chainsaw Man on TV was totally phony too. Correct, he's a fake. A double? To protect Chainsaw Man from devils. Speechless now, huh? You don't have to trust me. I'm asking you to trust the church's followers. They're honestly trying to save Chainsaw Man. So that's what I said earlier. I think the members of the church are totally on board with that plan. They really do want to do that. And it's just her that I don't trust. In other news, oh, she probably joined them, huh? She joined them. But why does Fami need them to join the church? What's in it for her? She must have a plan. It's something that benefits her. If Asa and Yoru join the church. Now what does she gain from that? In other news, today in the early... It's the same reporter, isn't it? That was there when Denji was interviewed and when they were all chanting, Chainsaw Man, Chainsaw Man. Anyway, today in the early hours of the morning, a member of the Chainsaw Man Church defeated the carpenter bee devil that had infested an apartment building here in Tokyo. This female high school student is making headlines for defeating over 10 devils this month alone, despite not being a devil hunter. So, government has lost completely control over who hunts devils and who makes pacts with devils. That was a huge issue in part 1, remember? With Katana Man and his entire crew. They were doing their own thing. But their thing was not authorized by the government. And that's why it was chaos. That arc was so cool. Anyway, she's a volunteer, right? It's admirable. Isn't she paid with the believers' money? How to put it? Quit playing devil hunter. Yeah, go to school. That Chainsaw Man church member, you know, Asa Mitaka, it's her? I did not expect that. It's her. So another month has passed. We're now in August, at least. Or maybe even September. She has killed over 10 devils in this hot and humid weather. Fuck. I can't even function when it's hot outside. And finally I joined your stream. Hi, Yusuf. Mitaka? Oh my god. Oh my god. I heard it wasn't Chainsaw Man who defeated the Eternity Devil at the aquarium. It was actually Asa. I mean, yeah. Fuck. But wouldn't more devils now be after Asa and Yoru to defeat her? Because she's growing more powerful. That's also bad. Yoru is growing more powerful instead of Asa the more they defeat. The more devils they defeat, the stronger Yoru becomes. Oh shit. It's all building up. It's building up. Okay, I can see it building up. I heard it was... Yeah, okay, we read that. Someone said they saw her fight a devil at school too. There's even a report that Mitaka was in the apartment building that Cockroach Devil destroyed. Hey! Hey, what? No, bitch. Go. Carefully. Maybe all of Chainsaw Man's kills were actually Mitaka's? No, Denji. Poor Denji. But at least he can live in peace. Mitaka. Oh no, so he hasn't been in contact with Asa for a month now? And he's surprised. Like, you were there at the aquarium, boy. You were there. But things are developing. Things are taking shape now, more and more. Okay. Chainsaw Man. Bro, what's your posture? Don't walk like that. Look at this. You look like a gamer. Don't do that. Look like a Redditor or Discord mod or whatever other insult I can give. Anyway, don't walk like that. Posture is important. But hey, people are greeting him. He does have some classmates that acknowledge his existence and greet him. I'd be dead inside too, you know, all my hard work also being assigned not just to someone else, but also to the girl you're not allowed to see anymore, and that you saved. Maybe using the keyboard, then I'd have to reach like this, and it doesn't. Nah, it's not working. I tried it right now. Oh no, this is zooming? Okay. Hey, is that a Chainsaw Man shirt? Who are you? You should know that, like, among the well-informed, there's this theory that Chainsaw Man is stealing all the credit for Mitaka's accomplishments. She's a student at our school. Huh? Assuming it's true, do you still plan on wearing Chainsaw Man clothes? Why the fuck do you care? It's not like he's wearing a Hitler shirt. Because, in a sense, you'd be supporting a victimizer. I'd be so pissed off. Yeah, he's really lost control over his own image, his own identity. That is just nightmare fuel. But also, it's so interesting how when something new and sparkly appears, you immediately forget it and even throw under the bus the thing you admired before. Like, there's footage of Chainsaw Man defeating devils, yet they still... It's you can't avoid having haters. Like, even if Mitaka is doing it for Chainsaw Man, as she's a member of the Chainsaw Man Church, so everything she does is supposed to help Chainsaw Man, even though she's a fan, basically. She's a member of a cult dedicated to Chainsaw Man. Fans of Mitaka are still gonna put down her own hero to lift her up. They're still gonna hate on the guy that she is fighting for, that she is standing for. just to put her on a pedestal. You can never avoid having haters or people just twist reality into something else. It's very relatable. As soon as something new comes up, the old thing gets forgotten, and like the new thing is everything you're gonna focus your brain on. Imagine how this world, the Chainsaw Man universe, would develop if they had smartphones and the internet. Unbearable is all I'm saying. What? Hey, you too! Did I just hear you dissing Chainsaw Man? Not him, look at Denji. He's the biggest victim of them all. Who are you? What's with you dudes? In the name of Chainsaw Man, I'll punish you. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, someone always gets into the crossfire of fandom fights. Even like the people you admire and idolize, like they get into the crossfire of fandom fights. Are you listening to me, Denji? You're lucky I'm not suspending you. Why the fuck is it Denji's fault? What? Is everyone out to get him? Has everyone made it their life purpose to torture my son? I need to speak to the principal and to whoever the fuck gave you that mustache. Is that a mustache? What the fuck is that? Or is that? Anyway, if it's not a mustache and it's just your face, I need to talk to your mother. I cannot allow this. This is insane. In my experience, kids without parents are quick to start fights. I'm gonna go insane here. What the fuck did he just say? Why are you discriminating against orphans? Where the fuck are we? What is this? A Hindu caste system thing? I thought we were in fucking Japan. I mean, Japan has that kind of discrimination too, but that is insane. Like, that's the 21st, not 21st, the end of the 20th century. You should have eliminated this type of discrimination. Discriminating against poor people? Discriminating against orphans? Saying they're lesser beings? For being victims of society? What the fuck is wrong with him? I'm so angry right now. I hate it so much. Next time, it's the red card for you, got it? Bro, he was punched. He was punched. I'm so angry because teachers like that do exist. They do not fucking care who started what. They're gonna put the blame on someone just so they can say, I solved the problem. I punished someone, so the problem is solved. I'm such a smart guy. The police in Japan does that too. You know, just force a confession out of someone just to say, yeah, problem solved. Like, there's so much commentary on so many things in just 2 panels. You saw how many things I mentioned here just because of these 2 panels. Fujimoto, he does a lot with just 3 speech bubbles. Let's get over it or we won't get to chapter 3. Yeah, sorry. I hear you put the other guy in the hospital. I did not know he did that, but if he did that, it was self-defense, okay? It was self-defense. It was rightful use of violence to protect himself. And I allowed him to do that. So you cannot fucking complain. That bitch wasn't raised right if he attacked my son indiscriminately. And you, bitch, haven't been raised right either. I'm gonna punch you too. Ah, Yoshida said that. He lost one tooth. As opposed to 10 that I could have, worn around my neck, like on a chain or something. I let him get away with just one tooth. He lost one tooth. Why does he look like such an emo dude? Can't you? He looks like. I always remember that guy that said he looks like L from Death Note. He looks like that guy who posted the selfie of himself. He looks like him. Can't you just shorten your bangs just a little bit? Just over your eyebrows. Get a fucking pot and then cut like this. I don't care. Get a bowl cut. A proper one. Or just put your hair up with fucking clips or whatever. That's not good for you. He lost one tooth. That reminds me, in... Now, what grade is that in international school grades? 9th grade. In 9th grade, I had side bangs with a side part. So most of my hair was on my left side, and I had bangs covering basically just my left eye. Guess what happened? This eyebrow can move a lot. This one, not at all. Okay, no, it can move. Not at all, but like it cannot move nearly as much as this one. So this part of my face got frozen. Like, my eyebrow, I trained it in the last few years, but it was a lot lower. It was like this, and this eyebrow was like round, like this. I looked so asymmetrical just because for 1 year, I had a side part and bangs covering this one eye. And now I trained it to move more and be more in sync with this one, but I can move this one independently of that one, but not really the other way around without squinting with my right eye there. So don't do that to your face. You gotta open up your field, like your field of view. Is that what you call it? You need to see, okay? And you need to have something symmetrical going on in your face if you want your face to be symmetrical. So just having this eye uncovered or this one at another point, that's not good. Your facial muscles are gonna fucking freeze. They're gonna be dragged down by gravity, and it's not gonna look good. Look at Denji. Well, I guess even ordinary high schoolers get into fights. Yes, they do. And not that I really know either. Yeah, you're not an ordinary high schooler, that's why you don't know. You beat up devils. Ah, that posture, Denji, come on. Wait. Think skipping school to hang out would make us ordinary high schoolers? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? I don't like you, Yoshida. I wanted to get to know you. I did get to know you. And I don't like what I got to know. So now get the fuck away from Denji. He went on a cinema date with Yoshida? Wait, is there a devil lying dead in front of the screen? What the fuck? Did they kill a devil while they were at the cinema? But also, I did not expect him to go on a date with Yoshida. Did he threaten him? Did he threaten him? Even knowing we're cutting class, this isn't that fun, is it? No talking during the movie. I like Denji. He's taking the movie seriously. Everyone evacuated. Who's going to complain? Yeah, they evacuated because of the fucking devil. But they still stayed. No, I remember what happens in the next chapters. I had totally forgotten. Okay. Oh my god. Hey! What the fuck kind of devil is that? 32 minutes ago, a devil appeared in the theater. It was killed by a theater's devil hunters within a mere 2 minutes. All that's left is to remove the body, yet they're not doing that. It's been 32 minutes, and the corpse is still lying there. It looks like the tomato devil, kind of. It reminds me of the tomato devil. Remember that one from Chapter 1, Part 1? Even without Chainsaw Man, problems get solved. You aren't the protagonist of this movie. It's not like the world will end without you. What are you trying to do? I mean, that could be empowering, but right now it's not what Denji needs to hear. Oh, looks like she made it here before the corpse collectors. She? You know, when I make plans with someone, even if it's a spontaneous plan to hang out, I expect just that person to be there. I would be so pissed if they called someone else over. Like, I did not consent to talking to a stranger. You're putting me out of my comfort zone. You're putting me on the spot right now. Huh? A girl in my class wants to have a date with you. I set you two up. Unnecessary. Don't do that. What are you doing? What are you, a pimp? Stop it. Why are you just bringing girl after girl to Denji's? Denji, you're whore. Stop it. You're not a pimp. You're just a useless boy. Get away from Denji. Stop bringing girls to him. I fucking hate it. Bye. Knock her socks off. And Denji's like, hey, can you fucking stop? Can you not do that? Hey. Is this what it's like to be normal? Yeah, it is. Fuck, that's... This page is so sad. I love it. This is a perfect page. He's completely dissatisfied with what Yoshida is doing for him. That's not real friendship, you know? He wasn't hanging out with a friend. He was hanging out with someone who threatened his life. And now he's bringing him a girl as if he's bringing him popcorn or something. When all that Denji wants is to form a deep connection with someone. And yeah, it is lonely. Look at that last panel. It's so lonely. I understand that Denji must feel so out of place in a world where he's forced to be normal. When actually everything around him is crazy. I hate you for lying. Sorry, like, I'm super down in the dumps right now. I'm an amazing person, but I doubt I'm gonna be all that charming today. Denji. Denji. I just want my boy to be happy. I want to grab him out of the screen, drag him here, give him some food. I ate food today, oh my god. Before the stream. Like half an hour before the stream. Guess what I ate? I ate an entire pizza, 1 liter of soup, and an egg. And it still doesn't feel like it's enough. Anyway, I would feed him so much good food. We would watch great movies. He can sleep in this bed. I'm gonna sleep in the other room. Or maybe he should sleep in the other room because all my stuff is here. Nope, maybe it's good that all my stuff is here. It feels like it's lived in. My presence is still somehow in the room. Should he feel lonely in the night, he can still, you know, look around and be like, ah, she's still there somehow. In another room, but she's still there. I am safe. These 4 walls are protecting me. All these posters and books and so on, they're protecting me. I am safe. I am coddled. I am warm. I am loved. I feel so bad for Denji. And this bitch is not saying a word. We haven't even seen her face now. Huh, what's Denji gonna do if she's ugly? I mean, that's so mean. It shouldn't matter, but... This is also something that I admire about Denji. He's worried that he isn't providing a good time for someone. Boy, King, someone can be entertainment for you too. A date is something both parties need to invest effort into. It's not just on you. You shouldn't just be the only one who makes a date good and your partner comfortable. She isn't doing shit either to make you feel better. You're obviously down in the dumps and she's not doing anything to make you feel better. She isn't even trying to get to know you also, like... need to... My meds. Snoozing. Movies are generally a bad idea for a first date with someone who you want to get to know because, at least for me, I would focus on the movie. I would not focus on the partner. Like, maybe afterwards you can talk about it, but then you're talking about the movie. You're not getting to know each other, really. So that's a bad date idea. I don't know what Yoshida was thinking. Hey, next page. There's all this stuff I can't do now, and I don't know what to do with myself. What am I even getting at? I guess I just want to be alone right now. So, like, huh? What? This is so inappropriate, but... Is she sucking him off? What the fuck is happening? Oh, what the fuck? I know I said something really inappropriate about high schoolers, but it looks like that. The way it's built up with these panels, so like... He's like talking, looking up at the screen, and then he's like, huh? And he's blushing and panicking a little bit. It looks like he's getting a job. She's touching my wiener. Okay, yeah, okay. Not a blow job, but a hand job. Why the fuck are you groping my boy? What the fuck is wrong with you, girl? This is something I hate. A guy is opening up to you about his troubles, and you're just gonna gloss over it by touching his dick? Giving him sexual relief? Bro, he was talking from his soul. And you're using his flesh to distract him. I hate... And without his consent. Denji would never do that, see? He would never do that to a girl. Yet, he's getting groped by some girl he has never seen before. Without his consent. I would be... I feel like throwing up right now. What the fuck? Now my question is, did Yoshida tell her to do that? Or did he pick a girl that is like that? Specifically for Denji? Because he feels like, oh, Denji's horny, this bitch is horny, yeah. They belong together. I don't know which one would be worse. Can you speak, bitch? You're fucking creeping me out. First of all, your eyes. Your eyes are not normal. Don't look at me like that. Fucking close those eyes. Turn around. Like, turn your head 180. I don't want to look at you. That grin? What's that shit-eating grin for? Use words. Communicate, bitch, please. I expected you to listen to Denji. My bad for expecting that. But can you at least talk to him while you're touching him? Maybe stop touching him and talk? What is she doing? She's just grinning at him and touching his dick. That is scary as fuck. That is so scary. Imagine someone doing that to you in a cinema. You're like super depressed. Someone starts touching you, looking you in the eye and being like, that is insane. Calm the fuck down. What? Huh? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see my son popping a boner. Or even, you know, reaching the happy end. I don't want to see that. Can you stop that, Fujimoto, please? I don't want to see that. Because what's with all these noises? Why are you not throwing her off you, Denji? You're a guy, you're stronger. Fucking slap that bitch. That is just so gross. Like, if it was the other way around, if it was a girl getting groped by a guy, a guy that is that creepy, I'm just saying, I would again just shit myself. I would vomit. I would leave all my bodily fluids in that seat and get the fuck out of the cinema. Huh? She's touching my wiener. He's really popping a boner. I did not want to see that. Why do we get a close-up shot from between his legs? Why do we look at his crotch? And why from that angle? I don't like this. Fujimoto, what the fuck are you doing? It's the same uncomfortable feeling. Okay, now that was stronger when we were given the Himeno point of view in the anime. I've never been in a more uncomfortable position as a viewer. And I'm really trying my best to avoid looking at the screen right now. So I don't have to look at Denji. Maybe I'm gonna try and turn the page. Okay, I think I did it. Yeah, I did it. I turned the page without looking at it. I can't look at that. That is so fucking uncomfortable. Like, we always talk about how girls are sexualized in shonen, anime, and manga. But honestly, when it's done to boys, not even sexualized, like, we're put into a position where we're victimizing a guy. He's not being sexualized either. Like, he's not being put into erotic positions or, like, these scenarios being depicted as desirable to the viewer or reader. That's what, you know, sexualization would be. You put them in a sexual scenario and it is meant to be desirable to the consumer. No, it's not even that. We're forced to look at someone who we consider our son or brother or whatever he is to you, but to me, he's my son. In a way that I don't want to see. Nah. That is disgusting. Wait. Oh yeah, we have one more chapter to read. I'm sorry, I'm even slower today than yesterday. Molestina? That's her name. Anyway, I do not like what happened. I fucking hate this cliffhanger that is so disgusting that I don't even want to continue reading it. Because I'm so scared of what's gonna happen next. I don't want to know what's gonna happen next. I don't want to... I'm gonna click on this chapter if we switch to Asa. Then I'm gonna feel safe. But like this, imagine waiting for a week, just dreading a continuation to that ending of chapter 136. Could be me. Thank God I was on hiatus that entire time. Next is Fire? Oh, okay. Then we're gonna read. 17 pages, okay. Oh my fucking god. Well, at least she's talking. Can we not look at the fucking crotch? Please. Hey, senpai. Oh my god. It's a Kohai. You're a virgin, right? Right? Are you? What the fuck kind of question? What are you doing? Huh? Want me to have sex with you? I've got nothing better to do anyway. Hehe. What? Who is raising these people? All these fucked up children and adults. Who's raising them? What the fuck is wrong with you, girl? I'm gonna slap you. What are you saying? You're like, what, 15? And you're already out here collecting STDs because you have nothing better to do in your free time? Are you okay? And no, Denji's not gonna have sex with you. Thank you for the offer, though. But my boy prefers if you get an STD check first, and then you come back. And then you bring back condoms. And he will watch you as you take the pill. Okay? Thank you. Only if those criteria are met and my son consents, I cannot stop him. I would not want him to do that with you. But if he wants to, only under those conditions. Only under those conditions. I'm sorry. Those are the rules. Safe sex. He practices that. He may be a virgin, but only because he has high standards, okay? So, back the fuck off. Keep your filthy hands to yourself. Why are you hesitating, Denji? Fucking slap her. Go lick that dead devil. It reminds me so much of Power being like, I'm gonna give you 3 squeezes for, saving Meowie, or something like that. Do that for me, and I'll let you have sex with me. Denji, remember? Please, remember? You're not like you used to be before. You're now your own man, your own person. You're not gonna just do whatever some woman likes, whatever she wants you to do. You're gonna think with your own head, and you're not that desperate. You value having sex with someone you care for. Remember that, Denji. Remember how you felt nothing with Power because there was just no connection. You don't really want to have sex with this random ass woman. Girl, little girl. The chapter's name is Chuchu Lovely Muni Muni Muna Muna. Yes, I've heard that this reference is in the chapter. My favorite band, Maximum the Hormone, is being referenced in this chapter. And I couldn't be happy. You know what Choo Choo, Muni Muni, Muna Muna, and so on mean? They're all just onomatopoeia for etchy things, you know. Muna Muna means being horny, for example. Choo is a kissing sound. So it's all just, you know, sexy sounds. Oh no. Why is the chapter called that? Why is it sexy sounds for this chapter? I hate it. I don't want to read this. And I know Denji's gonna lick that dead devil. My boy is weak, okay? That's why he needs his mother to look out for him. Okay, you're kind of sketchy. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Whew. Oof. Good. Good. Look at that, he's like, she's gonna have sex with you. Yeah, you're kinda sus, bitch. Get away from me. Huh? A girl suddenly approaching me is like way too convenient. The way he just did that with her hand. For starters, why would you want to have a date with me when we've never even met? Well, her eyes are so creepy. Look, I've matured. Okay? I'm sorry, Denji, that's my fault. I thought you would give in. I'm sorry, I underestimated your growth. Thank God he can't hear me, huh? Look, I've matured. I don't fall for honey traps anymore. Character development. Thank you, Denji. You know, you have surpassed my expectations, and I'm happy about that. Why are you so happy about that? Besides, I'm sick and tired of mindlessly obeying somebody for the bait that's dangled right in front of me. Ah, that's music to my ears. Yes, Denji. Yes, good boy. Good boy. I swear to God, if I turn this page and he's licking the devil. Oh my God. Fucking knew it. Got it? Then get out of here. And have some respect for yourself. God, it was just his thoughts. There's like 100 viewers and everyone's silent in chat. Fuck, everyone was silent before I got to the groping bit, and now everyone is silent too. Every time chat turns silent, I know things are gonna go down. But oh my God, I fucking knew it. I mean, he already knows he's in the wrong for licking that devil. But he still did it anyway. Oh no. Wahahaha. No, wait. Wahaha he ha ha he. Oh, haha. Okay, there was a he in the middle. Ew, it's enough. It's enough. You could. Ah, oh, fuck. She just said lick. I would just do this. Why is he treating that like delicious dick? Why is he treating it like he's doing it? The thing that I expected she was doing to him before. Why is he treating that tentacle like that? It reminds me so much of that fucking one-shot I talked about yesterday. One-shot? Dojin. The Yoshiden Dojin that I talked about yesterday. That had tentacles. And... well, belly inflation, large insertion, and so on. Tags, probably. So, I don't like seeing that. Why is he doing that to the tentacle? It's enough. Stop it, Denji. Do it like you're sucking a popsicle, senpai. Ah, fuck me up. That's so nasty. What's the name of the doujin? I don't know. As if I remember shit like that. Oh no. You're back? Were you in timeout? Did Epi put you in timeout? Oh, Epi did put you all in time. It was the same. Epi. Epi did it to not spoil me. Honestly, I want to hear her live action or anime synchro laugh. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Imagine someone laughing like that. I'd be so turned off. She's cute. Oh, stop it, Denji. As soon as a girl is happy, he finds her cute and he'd even lick a corpse for her. Ah, Denji, you're so weak. Karaoke, Fujimoto. Wait, are they gonna fuck in a karaoke room? Just because they are high schoolers and can't go into a love hotel? Are they really gonna do it in a public space? Like a karaoke room? I hope not. She promised him sex for licking the devil. And now they're suddenly in a karaoke room. I fucking hate this. This part messed with my emotions. I was so proud, then I laughed out loud, only to feel deep disappointment after. Peak Fujimoto, yeah, you're right. And thanks, David. The fact that he at least thought of not doing it is at least something. Yeah, he knows it's wrong and why it's wrong. He just ignores it. Oh man. We're gonna have sex at a karaoke place? Yeah, that's what I thought too. And you just follow her? Bro, where's your sense of danger? Did you buy any condoms? Any lube just to be safe? And any pills for her, you know, for after doing the deed? Yeah, mama? Nisam już završila. My mom's here. That's why. We could never get a room at a love hotel in school uniforms. I fucking know it. I fucking hate this. I hate this. Do I need to read this? Plus, a friend of a friend works here part-time. They'll turn a blind eye. That is insane. But she's suspicious. I bet she's not gonna do it with him. We're so used to Denji's hopes getting built up only to be, you know, let down. I bet that's happening right now too. Well, in that case, shall we get to it? Denji, why are you so easy? I think, you know what? He should do it with her. Because once he's done it, all this magic, all this, I don't know, idolization that he puts onto this idea of sex is gonna be poof and gone. And then he's gonna be calmer. He's gonna approach the subject with more rationality. But he needs to get that first time behind him to have this demystification happen so he can, you know, be disenchanted and a rational human being. Before we begin, please, I don't want to watch their foreplay. I don't want to watch them do anything. Can we skip this part? She's really... It's the lyrics. It's the lyrics of the song Choo Choo Lovely Muni Muna Muna. It's, I think the 11th track on the album Bu Ikikais. Let me take a look. And I recommend it. I love that song. I mean, I love all their albums after 2003. Kusoban Dokinpo Goroshi Bu Ikikais 2007, and it's the 11th track, right here. Oh yeah, you can't see it, but can you hear it? You can't hear it, right? Because I saw the mic like went off. Let's try it again. Just, you know, 15 seconds, because the Japanese, they're really strict when it comes to copyright, striking people for just playing like a second of their song, or like the full minute probably, but I think 15 seconds is safe in a 2.5-hour live stream. Don't play songs. It does appear in the beginning and then it's gone. The mic is the true copyright protector. Noise cancelling. Okay. Well, my mic saved us from getting a copyright strike. And now it was not too loud. At first it was like you know, like medium volume, and then I put it louder because it wasn't appearing in the mic part of OBS, but it obviously didn't work. It was noise cancelled. Hey, my music is not noise. Anyway, huh? She's singing? Seems like it wasn't a trap though. It's good, I guess. Oh my god, is she gonna scream too? Like, so far, that was kinda Nao-chan's part. But is she gonna sing Daisuke Han's part? Someone on YouTube made a video syncing the chapter and song. Yeah, many people did. Yeah, I believe that many people do that. It's easy. She's still singing. I'm kind of having fun, so I'll roll with it. It's good that he's having fun outside of sex too. Why did you check that Yoshida and Dojinshi asking for a friend? I do not want to say the name of the website because obviously it's an illegal distributor and it can be taken down, and I don't want that. I'm sorry. But I think Epi put the number for a specific hentai site, the number that corresponds to that hentai, I guess, hentai dojin. He put that in chat the last time, and I think it's in the Discord. It's the same one from yesterday. So if someone can put it in chat, please do it, but the magical 6 digits, yeah. It's nice that he's having fun, and it's nice that he's so accepting of... Hold the fuck up, it's 1998. The song is from 2007 in our world. What the? Hold on. In the 90s, Maximum the Hormone would have been, like, the members would have been too young to have that song out. You know, their first few albums, they were more, you know, from 2002, 2003 onwards, they gained their sound, their signature Maximum the Hormone sound. Before that, doesn't really sound that much like them. So if that is like 7 years into their career, they would have started their band in 1990, and they would have been like, what, 15 at the time? Oh my god. So, but hey, Maximum the Hormone is canon in Chainsaw Man. They exist in Chainsaw Man. Maybe being normal ain't so bad after all. Yeah, having fun with girls, you can have that with a normal ass date. You know, going to karaoke. I love how into it she is. She's like me. Whenever I put on Maxim the Hormone, I go crazy too. Just decided, fuck the timeline. Yeah. That girl's got rock and roll. Rip off her pantyhose. That's just still the lyrics to the song. But it's weird seeing it in English, you know, schlick licky licky. That's so silly. That girl's got rock and roll, rip her pantyhose, baboom, see-through body exposed. You stalkers can't deny your kinky pleasures. Now it's time to mosh together. Vanilla, sex. Aluminum, rock. Get you done. Okay. There's suddenly someone attacking. What the fuck? What the fuck? Hello? What is going on? He was just having fun at a date with Maximum the Hormone and suddenly he's being attacked? So it was a trap. She did lay a trap. Curse her. Oh my god. They're just ignoring her. They're lining up. Why are they attacking him? Who's responsible for that? And why? What the fuck? But it's cool to see Denji, a teenager, fight against a lot of adults with weapons. Because you know that Kishibe put him through a lot to get to this point. Look at him. Damn, it's cool to see him fight as a human, not just as a chainsaw. What the fuck is going on? She's just continuing to sing. She's just, dodging a little bit, but continuing to sing. She's definitely in cahoots with these people. Yo, the sex panel. Yeah, that's a good panel. But what the fuck is happening here? Why the fuck are so many... Is Denji smiling? Is he still having fun even though he's getting attacked? And he's fighting adults here with bats? Bitch you get you, middle-aged slashers, the old-timer crew. The lyrics kind of fit with what's going on, huh? Is that a coffee machine within a karaoke room? We have 122 viewers, whoa. On their deathbeds the whole year through, living out of diners because they're laid off too. Damn. Those lyrics. Damn. But the melody is really catchy. What the fuck, they're lining up? What the fuck is happening? What? What? What is going on here? Let me guess. There's gonna be an elevator when he's done with an entire hallway of people. The elevator is gonna open. There's even more people who want to fight him. Cut to the elevator opening again. And all people falling out. And Odesu. Or in this case, oh, Denji. Just walking out with one knife in his back. And taking it out. And he's just full of blood. His own, but also his enemy's blood. Oh my god. Go watch Old Boy. And then somewhere outside, he gets caught as he's about to fall unconscious. Who is it? Yuujin. Or, in this case, Yoshida. Probably. I think he organized this shit. I don't know why he would do it. It's probably Famine. Maybe Famine did this, but why? She said she wants to protect... I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's the mastermind behind this. I don't know what purpose this serves, but someone is attacking Denji. Oh my god. And really, one after the other. He needs a hammer. Denji needs a hammer. And fight. Then it's gonna be more like Old Boy. Nah, he's taking a bat. Still. Okay, that panel, it reminds me a little bit of Killing Stalking. You know which page I'm talking about. You started getting confused here? Well, I'm just confused about who these people are, why they're here, and why they used a girl to trick him like this. Like, they didn't need to offer him sex to do this. They could have just attacked in the cinema too. Unless Yoshida being there was the problem. Like, I don't know. Justice game, less slave, uncontrollable desire. Oh my god. Denji's brutal. Damn. He's unstoppable. I love him. You know, I said in one of my streams that one of my favorite movie genres is just like, martial arts movies. Movies where people fight. This is so awesome. I'm so excited. I love it. But is Denji smiling here? How can he beat so many people? He really is a monster. Just like Otesu. Go watch Old Boy. I love Old Boy. I've watched Old Boy maybe like 20 times. And you know what? Another tangent. Maybe I should go big Elda mode, but while we're on the topic of Old Boy, because this fits Chainsaw Man, trust me. You know what, fuck. What's the director called again? Of Old Boy? Puck. Chan-wook. Okay, so he said his goal when he makes movies, for example, Old Boy, is that when you watch it and you leave the theater, you need to feel beaten up. Physically, too. It needs to be like a physical feeling of being beaten up. He wants you to feel that when you watch his movies. And he is so on point. He's my favorite director. All of his movies. Guess what my top 3 movies are? Okay, you're done guessing? Now, here is the answer. Number 1, always, Old Boy. And for number 2 and 3, they're tied. But it's The Handmaiden, Agashi, and Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. No idea what the Korean title for that one is. But when you watch, for example, the Vengeance trilogy, it's Lady Vengeance, Old Boy, and Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. When you watch these movies, you really do feel beaten up. They're vengeance movies, of course. It's people taking revenge and they're brutal. I don't really like Lady Vengeance, though. It's a lot more basic than the other two. And if you want, like, a female protagonist revenge movie, there's another good Korean movie. It's called, the English title is Bedeviled. And trust me, when you watch that movie, you're gonna finish it and think, I don't want to watch this movie ever again. That is an experience that can stay in the past. Having seen it once is more than enough for my entire life. And I had that same feeling. Like, this still holds true for Bedeviled. But when I watched Old Boy for the first time, that was in 2017. While I was in Japan, it was still winter. I watched that, and I thought, I think I'm gonna throw up. I don't know what to do with myself right now. I just know I don't ever want to hear anything about this movie ever again. I don't want to think about that movie again. Well, surprise, bitch, I watched it like 20 times after, because I had to take people down with me. You know, I had to show the movie to other people that I love, because I need him to be destroyed just as much as I was. That was at that time. So I watched it like 20 times, every time with different people. And, but that is true. And honestly, it fits for Chainsaw Man too. If you manage to get that kind of feeling for a manga, and Fujimoto does that well quite a few times in his manga, that you feel just beaten up somehow. Like, that is talent, and it's great that he's referencing, if this is even a reference to Old Boy. It just reminded me of that scene with the hallway and then the elevator. But if it is, of course it is, because Fujimoto, he knows what cinema is. He knows what the best movies ever are. Of course he's gonna reference a Park Chan-wook movie. Of course. Because how could you not? Old Boy is iconic. It is the best movie ever. Every time I watch it, I discover something new, something that I missed before. And I think you can do that with Chainsaw Man too. Every time you read it anew, you notice things that you didn't notice before. Now, Oldboy was more planned out from the very beginning. Everything has its purpose. Everything is as it's supposed to be there. So, every line of dialogue, every prop, every position of a prop, every camera angle, it has meaning behind it, and it was purposefully put like that. But when Fujimoto plans out his manga and his pages and his paneling, there's a lot of planning too. And he even said in an interview, he wishes that someday he could have the luxury of focusing on writing the story only, because obviously he is much more invested into that. You know, the drawing could be done by someone else as long as he could direct, you know, because directing is just like with the panels. Just like what Miura did with Berserk later on, right? He was directing his Studio Gaga. And he could do that with Chainsaw Man too, but I understand him. He is very invested in storytelling. The story, the meaning, the planning, putting everything, every dot where it needs to be. That seems like Fujimoto, like his modus operandi. And so I am saying all this about Oldboy because Oldboy and Chainsaw Man don't seem that far apart to me. No wonder I like Chainsaw Man that much. Now it's clear to me. Because it has the same not properties, but some same feelings kind of that I get when I watch Oldboy. So yeah, I'm sorry for that tangent. It wasn't that long, right? It wasn't that long. But let's get back to the manga. We've been streaming for 2.5 hours now. I'm so sorry about that. It's just 3 chapters. It is the hallway scene. Okay, that is a reference. That must be an Oldboy reference. That is so obvious. And he's laughing. Well, that was a good workout, huh? You aren't gonna sing the second verse? And he's going back to the karaoke room? Nah, she's here to beat him up too. This seems more fun. Fucking knew it. I do not trust that bitch. And he didn't either. He's not surprised that he was betrayed by her. He's not surprised that it was a trap. He's not surprised that she lied to him, used him, honey trapped him. He's not at all surprised. Look at him, he's like, I fucking knew it. And here we go. Now, roll your sleeves up, bitch, because I'm not gonna go easy on you just because you're a girl. Actually, he is gonna go easy on her because she's a girl. He absolutely is gonna do that, but I love that. In a recent interview, I think Fujimoto said he does not work with assistants since Chainsaw Man Part 2, which is wild. Yeah, that is wild. Knowing this, I worry every time we have too many weeks with a chapter. Yeah, I mean, it's his own choice, right? He deliberately transferred to Young Jump, right? Young Jump, I think. Which means he has more freedom. He can choose to be like weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, whatever. How many assistants? He's obviously so popular right now that he earns enough to pay his assistants well. And he obviously also has enough free time to try all kinds of convenience store food and still go to the cinema and watch new movies that get released every month. So obviously whatever he's doing, even if he's overworking himself, he's doing that by choice. I don't know why he would choose that, but everything seems to be working so far. I don't know. But yeah, that was a very long stream. I am so sorry, but... And that was also a roller coaster. There was a lot going on. And I missed a lot of the chat. I'm sorry, I'm gonna watch it back until tomorrow's stream. So, let me now say, let me end the stream, okay? We've been here for far too long. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me for offering me companionship on this journey. So I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I wish you a nice day, evening, or night wherever you are. Bye bye.